In our day-to-day lives, we take a lot for granted. But things can change from one moment to the next. How we cope with a survival situation depends on many factors, including your age, fitness level, and location. If you think nobody cares whether you're alive, try missing a couple of payments. Above all, the most crucial component is your readiness. You don't have to go all out and spend crazy amounts of money to be prepared unless you're into that. In fact, you just need to gather some things you probably have lying around the house. Here are the 10 best everyday items you need for survival situations. Number 10, Swiss Army knife. Arguably still, the best multi-purpose tool on the market is the Swiss Army knife. These bad boys have been around for over 130 years, and they just keep getting better. Swiss Army knives can do just about anything, from starting a fire and building a stove to sawing small logs to building a makeshift loader and notching wood to construct a shelter. These pocket knives aren't just Swiss, they're salvation. Number 9, First Aid Kit. Hopefully, you won't need it, but a basic first aid kit is always a good idea. Make sure that your kit includes sterile wipes for cleaning wounds and your hands before treating injuries. You should also include iodine and pure alcohol. Include bandages, gauze wrap, bandaids, and plenty of aspirin to reduce fever and swelling. Consider tossing in some insect repellent for good measure. Number 8, waterproof matches or lighter. In many survival situations, there will come a time you need to light your wood-burning stove or start a fire for warmth and even light your way when every other resource runs dry. A fire might be necessary for signaling your position. In that case, gather any spare lighters around your house to include in your survival kit. If you can, seek out some waterproof matches. You can easily make your own if you can't find them at a local store. Number 7, food and water. People expecting an existential survival event squirrel away enough food to last a while. This may not be the case in your situation, but even so, you should ensure that you have enough food and water for at least 72 hours. A lost or injured hiker will need supplies to last until rescue comes, and if you can't leave your house, you'll need the fuel to stay put. Number 6, sturdy footwear. As any hiker knows, good quality boots are fundamentally important. Buy a pair that allow your feet some space. If your boots are too tight, you are almost certain to get blistered feet. After buying new boots, wear them around the house or on errands for a few days. This will allow your feet to get used to your new footwear. Number 5, sleeping bag. Your sleeping bag should be light, roomy, and waterproof. Keep your survival kit as light as possible. Don't weigh down your pack with the softest, comfiest, thickest material. Though, many camping and survivalist brands offer functionality without sacrificing a ton of comfort, attach your sleeping bag to the outside of your pack. If you can, roll it up with a thin mattress pad. You can also forego a mattress pad and transform the hard ground using a mat of grass. Number 4, stove. It's a good idea to use a wood-burning stove. Gas canisters will only last a few hours and are heavy to tote around if you're on foot. Wood-burning stoves allow you to cook your meals using any scrap wood that you find around. If you are in the open, look for wood in a sheltered place as it will be drier. Collect wood early in the day and leave it in an exposed place to dry out. Set up your stove on a level surface in a sheltered spot. Number 3, analog watch, compass, and maps. It's never a good idea to rely on a smartphone's GPS when you are out in the wild. In a survival situation, you might find that coverage is patchy or non-existent. And, sooner or later, you will have to recharge your phone's battery. You might think that including an analog watch on this list is a little curious, as knowing the time will probably not be among your most pressing concerns. However, you can use an analog watch as a compass if you don't have a real compass. A detailed map of your area could be very important. The 1:24,000 scale maps produced by the United States Geological Survey are the best for residents in the United States. Other countries have equivalent maps, Ordnance Survey maps in the UK, for example. A good map will allow you to work out where you are and the best way to get from A to B. It will also help you to find important resources such as rivers, ponds, and streams. Many tutorials online will show you how to read and use a map. It might be a good idea to familiarize yourself with the skills needed if you don't have any map experience. Number 2, waterproofs. Good protective clothing will save you a lot of discomfort. You can buy light, high-quality rain gear at a reasonable price. In general, you should always keep your clothing as dry as possible. If you have to walk, ensure your socks are always dry. Change them if they are damp. Wet socks will cause blisters. Dry out clothing overnight next to your campfire, or lay clothes out in the sun during the day. Clean out your closet for old but still in good condition articles of clothing like a pair of jeans, long and short sleeve shirts, a beanie, hat, gloves, and jackets. You'll need at least one of each. Remember, this is about survival. No one will judge your Smurfs t-shirt when someone's leg needs to be amputated. Number 1, Rucksack. Number 1, Rucksack. There is a wide range of rucksacks on the market at every price level. You don't need to spend a lot of money on a rucksack. Get one that is light, comfortable, and waterproof. A backpack is also a great alternative. Just don't use a tote bag, purse, or suitcase. You'll want your hands free and will be able to wear the pack for long periods, and that's it. Pack your bag with the above essentials in advance. If it's ready, and you'll want it to be ready, you can grab it and go. Sometimes we forget how easy we have it. Amid our crazy life schedules, we tend to take for granted that purified bottle of water when thirsty, or the push of a button to light a fire. But it's important to remember that in the blink of an eye, it can all be gone. The unexpected happens, you get in an accident or lose your way. Now, it's just you and the wilderness with no ties to civilization. Tell someone where you are going before you set off for a trip. No matter where you go, even if you end up stranded unexpectedly, you started from somewhere in civilization. Tell close friends and family where you are going and if you have a specific route or amount of time you will be gone. Be calm and think positive. It doesn't sound like much, but optimism goes a long way, and in a survival situation, it starts with you, your attitude and your will, no matter how scared and alone you may feel. First, keep a realistic outlook and diligently plan to keep yourself in the best possible physical and mental state. If something isn't working out, like building a fire or shelter, don't rush, because that can lead to panic. Stop, breathe and think about what you need, observe your surround. Familiarize yourself with how to build a lean-to. There are various types of shelters you can build and each has different pros and cons. Obviously you want overhead covering for warmth at night and protection from the elements. If you are in rocky, mountainous terrain, look for overhangs. Otherwise, use limbs and leaves or anything that can provide insulation. Survival is your first priority, but don't forget, you need to get rescued as well. Come up with an action plan in case a plane flies overhead or there are search parties nearby. You've seen it in the movies. Prepare a giant, easily visible fire pit out in the open or lay out stones in the pattern of help or SOS. You can also use any shiny, metallic object for reflection purposes. If you like this video, click the like button, give comment below, share it to friends and family. And don't forget to click the subscribe button. Thank you for watching.